It's just a little bit comical, right? Like, I know you're watching along, and like everything we go to do, something happens. So
oh, what the hell? What am I going to do with that? That's so disappointing.
I don't know about you, but in our little family with the dogs, I'm the spare human. Welcome back.
Oh, g'day, welcome back.
We are travelling to a new destination, so it's travel day for us, my day off work, and we're leaving Morisset or Mandalong. Mandalong, where we were, and we were visiting family, and now we're heading down towards Tomakin. So it's I don't know, I feel a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
Like we have finally done what we're doing to the caravan. We've had the stuff done on the truck that we're going to get done on now. We've visited family, and now we get to do what we want to do.
Pretty much.
So it's a little bit, I don't know, we feel a little bit freer and a little bit more like excited.
I will do once I get past Sydney. Because we lived in Sydney.
Well, you grew up in Sydney.
I grew up in Sydney, so, you know, I have good memories, but like it's just, now that we're gone, like it gives me the ick. I just, get me around Sydney, get me past it. At least we don't have to drive through Sydney anymore.
Yeah, you got all the bypasses now, which is good.
The orbital roads are fantastic. They're expensive.
Oh my gosh, expensive.
I bought $80 or something by the time it's all said and done.
Yeah.
It's insane. But, I mean, that's what you get when you privatise things like that. But anyway, like, we'll get down to the Sapphire Coast and I'll be a new man.
Yeah, so looking forward to that. Yeah, it's a whole new type of travel for us, I think. Like, because we haven't actually travelled whilst I've been working, not really. Like, we've done a week or so, or we've like pulled up for a couple of months in a location while I've worked, and then we've moved to a different location and I've worked again. Or we've stopped and like worked at a roadhouse, and we stopped and Grant did some harvest work, and like, so it's a little bit different of the travel, where we're moving to a different location. I'm going to work for a couple of days, and then we have a day off, and then I'm working for a couple more days. So that transition into it will be a bit different. Initially, we're going to probably just pull up for a week at a time. Use the weekends to explore, and the Wednesday when I have off is a travel day. But I don't know, as we get more comfortable with trying to find locations and set up and have reception and everything like that for working, we might move a little bit more frequently. Depends where we are, I think.
I think it depends greatly on where we are. Yeah.
And what we want to do and what's around, what we want to see. So.
Also how we feel.
Yeah.
You know, like we don't sort of set out to film all the big ticket stuff. Not all the time. You can't do it all the time.
Yeah.
We live on the road, so we just film how we live on the road, what we see, what we do. It's all
what we're up to.
Yeah. Some parts are going to be interesting. Others are not at all.
Some parts are just sitting around a campfire.
Yeah.
But that's what we like to do. So.
Yeah, but it's also a bit of escapism too, isn't it?
Yeah.
For not just for us, but for people that can't just yet or at the moment. So it's all good.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so we're on the road now. We've probably got 4 or 5 hours drive today to get down there, depending on stops, and then we will see you when we arrive at camp.
People knew her by her will, to make it whatever she put her mind to. Late night hours up the hill, serving coffee coffee to strangers, talking about revenue. She kept dreaming of a world big enough for everyone. And she knew it must rain before it grows. She kept dreaming of the day butterflies survive the wheel. Even though she got knocked down, it never showed.
We're all set up.
Oh, we're finally here. It's kind of a big day of driving, actually.
Yeah.
It was good. It was in and out of Sydney pretty quick.
Much better with all the bypasses that are through there now.
Oh, man. I grew up in Sydney, South Sydney, at the Sutherland Shire, and we'd always go down the coast, down to like Huskisson and stuff. And even down this way, down towards Tomakin and Maria. And it's a beautiful place to go for a holiday, eh? But like, back then, it would take you 5 times longer than what it took us today. Hours. Like, you may as well have gone, into a different state.
Yeah. And especially on long weekends. Oh my gosh, the traffic.
No, gridlock, hey?
Yeah.
Like, it was bumper to bumper.
Yeah, it would take an extra 3 hours just with all the traffic and having to go through all the small towns. But it's all bypass now mostly, which is good. So it was a much better travel. We haven't been down this way for probably about 5 years, 4 or 5 years. So it's good to be back down this way.
I feel like they don't get too many, like you said, too many F-trucks and caravans this big. Yeah. Down this way.
Up north. Like North New South Wales and Brisbane, you drive on the highway and like every 5th vehicle has a caravan attached. And then
every 7th vehicle is an F-truck.
Yeah, an American truck. And down here, we barely passed another caravan, let alone something that looks like us.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good. It'll be good exploring down here. But yeah, we're set up. Here at the moment, there is the Tomakin River is just in front of us. On the Hipcamp, they do show camping next to the river, but at the moment you can't because of the council. But that's all right. So it just means we're a little bit back from the river, but nobody's going to camp in front of us, so we still have the view.
Technically, we're waterfront.
Yeah.
Even though we're 25 minutes away from the actual edge.
Yeah, exactly. And you can have a fire, so we can have a fire, probably do some cooking on the fire at some stage. And apparently we can put the tinny in just down from one of the other campsites, and there's like a little beach. So we'll go check that out while we're here as well. And whatever else we do. But for right now, I've got a gin and tonic.
Oh.
And Grant has...
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure if I've shown you. 2 bays do gluten-free beer, and it's an Aussie ale, full strength, and it's 4%, so it's not too hefty. But for a bloke that hasn't had really beer or any beer for a long time, like probably nearly a decade, it was. And I was never a huge beer drinker anyway, mainly because it made me feel a little bit how you going afterwards. These are really, really good. I started off with the Hahn Super Dry Gluten Free?
Isn't that Tui's?
No, it was Hahn.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't bad if it was blisteringly cold. Anything other than that, it just had a bit of a flavour. It's not too bad. Like it's pretty good, especially in void of any other options. But these ones are really good, I think. So they've got a few more flavours coming out. So they're doing like a passion fruit sour if you're in that sort of thing. I'm not, but I'll try it anyway. And we'll just see what else they bring out. So 2 bays. If you're gluten free and you still want some beer, definitely give this stuff a go.
Yeah. Oh, and these ones are in cans, whereas the Hahn is in bottles.
Yeah.
We don't like bottles because obviously they take up more space and they're heavier. So cans are better for us.
That was the reason why I didn't want to go Hahn anymore.
Yeah.
So they don't do tins.
Yeah, bottles just take up too much space in your rubbish bag as well. as like they're just heavier to carry. Anyway, that's probably boring.
Yep.
And
I'm tired. I want to have a beer. I want to have a feed.
Yeah.
I want to go to bed.
Yep. And we will catch you tomorrow.
Do you want to go?
What's going on?
Very boisterous this morning.
Look at his
I
lips.
know.
Wait.
Look at me, fuck. Come on.
Morning. So off taking the dogs for a walk. As you could tell, Baxter was very excited to go
To the toilet.
to the
Busting
toilet.
at the seams just like his dad, apparently.
Luckily, we're actually at the campsite all by ourselves at the moment, so it doesn't really matter too much if he's had a little bark this morning. Yeah, it's a pretty decent campsite. Oh, where are you?
I don't know. You chose the short handle with your short arm, so I can't get in frame.
Yeah, well, it's the closest one to grab, so I just grabbed that one. But yeah, anyway, so it's a work day today. We're gonna take the dogs for a walk, then I'll have breakfast and get myself set up to work. And we might go put the boat in tomorrow. So Grant might get that ready today. This campground is called the Tomakin River Campground. It's a Hipcamp, and it's not exactly in Tomakin. We're just a bit, I guess, west, inland from Tomakin. We are on the Tomakin River. It's about $48 a night, and I thought initially, I was like, oh, that's a little bit expensive for just parking on someone's paddock. But they have put roads in, so there is like gravel roads. There's heaps of sites and such a big area. And they probably have about 20 portaloos here. And you've got access to the river. So we're just walking there now. There's like a little beachy access to the river. They've got fire pits all over the place. And they've scattered like kayaks and stand-up paddleboards and things like that all around the place that you can use, which is great. And apparently you can put your boat in from here. I'm not sure if we're gonna do that.
Very small tinnies only.
Yeah. When we seen the owner, he's like, yeah, you can put your boat in. And we've had a look, we're like, we might just drive down to Tomakin and put it in at the boat ramp down there and not from here. But
Because you're heavily reliant on the tides then, and
yeah,
I don't want to be going out, going fishing and then having to stress about the tides.
exactly. And then not be able to get back to camp. And
Yeah, I'll be pushing it back along the sandbar then.
you know, what if there's parts of the river, because you can get out to the river mouth from here, but what if there's like a tree across and all that kind of stuff? So yeah, we're not gonna attempt that here, but I might have a go on one of the kayaks or the stand-up paddleboards. It hasn't been too hot, but we'll see how we go. Might give the dogs a swim.
Wasting this time that I borrowed, running too fast for the sun, and my eyes, they still burn for tomorrow.
So I don't know about you, but in our little family with the dogs, I'm the spare human, and we take them for a walk. And Baxter, like Grant's holding Baxter on the lead, but he doesn't walk in front of Baxter. He doesn't walk in front of Grant. Baxter walks directly in front of me, so I can't walk. It's just like I just get pushed out behind everybody.
Oh, he's changed.
He's moved now.
He listened to you and went, sort you out, spare human.
Grant's just gone to get some paper towel. Now, I've had a gin and I did cut the bread rolls, so I'm just waiting for what his reaction is when he sees what they look like. It's not even on the fire and it's sizzling. Hopefully his legs of the busy don't burn and melt. So if you're wondering what we're cooking, we're having steak sandwiches. So we just have some bacon, steak and bread rolls, like buns, to cook. And then we've got peas, pickles. The only other veggies we have is like carrot and like zucchini, which doesn't really go with a steak sandwich. So probably just going to go with pickles and mustard and cheese. And that'll be our dinner. Oh, and Frank's been banished inside because he won't stop barking at the other dogs. And Baxter's just sitting behind the chair.
Oh, what the hell? So I don't let her cut things, especially bread usually. And she wonders why.
I don't wonder.
Like, what am I going to do with that? That's so disappointing. That's yours.
Yes.
Great. That is so sad.
It was my fault.
It was your fault. You did it.
I did it, but it wasn't my fault.
How?
You let me cut it.
No. She always does that. She always goes, well, it's not my fault. Why? Why is it not your fault? Well, you let me do it. And it doesn't work when I try to flip that on her. So I'm not going to let it fly.
It's a bit flambéed.
The bacon fat on the steak. Oh, that one's a bit touch and go.
It's better.
It's better though.
That was the first one, actually. Yeah, so like this is my piece of bread for the bottom half of my steak sandwich on my top. So I didn't do a very good job cutting it, to be honest. Oh, I'm getting so smoked out. Oh. Ah, my eyeballs are roasted from the fire. Have we got our steak sandwiches?
Yep. Bon appetit.
Thanks, Julia. Oh, I didn't put pickle on. Oh. That's pretty tasty. Thanks for cooking.
So healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
Got one vegetable on here.
So much mustard in my beard.
Don't need someone to save me, no, and don't come running and blame me. From miles away I can tell that something's off. The way you look and how you pause when you talk, I think you said enough. You said your love for me something brand new. You said this is something you would never
Morning.
do.
Up bright and early. It's about 6:15. It is the earliest we've been in the truck going out for a long time.
Yeah.
We're gonna go put the boat in, and whenever we haven't had it hooked up to the car or to the truck for at least 6 months, I reckon. All right, sorry, camera swap. And this one doesn't have a microphone, so the sound is probably a little bit different. Rookie error, didn't check the battery before I picked up the camera. But we're learning again. Yeah, so it's been about 6 months since we've hooked up the boat to the back of the truck, and I always forget how tiny it looks behind the truck and that you can't even see it in the mirrors or anything unless you're turning a corner. But you can see it in the rear vision mirror, but that's it, the camera up here. But that's the only place you can see it. Anyway, we're heading to the Tomakin River mouth. I think it's Mossy Point boat ramp, and we're gonna go see if we can catch some fish. Oh.
You can't go that way.
Ah, is that the way you tried to come?
Yep.
All right, so hot tip, don't always listen to the map either.
Occasionally listen to your husband.
Yeah, I do listen. I just don't necessarily follow through with it.
Oh, well, that's just as bad. Far out. If I do that, I'm just the worst. Far out. Double standards.
Hey, we both do it. We both do it. We do. Anyway, we'll see you at the boat ramp. I know. It's like no wind at all.
What the hell? That sucks. That's the whole point of coming out. There's no wind. The drive here, we drove over the bridge and it's just full glass out. Get to the boat ramp. Figures?
Oh, we'll just have to paddle on to the bridge then.
Yeah. Yeah, go upstream.
Still going in.
Still going in.
Still going in. We tried yesterday as well, and wasn't great when we got here. So I don't know. I checked on windy, and it didn't say that it was supposed to be windy. But yeah. Anyway, we'll check it.
You said your stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was looking at the wrong app. I should have looked at like clear day. But yeah, anyway, we're gonna chuck it in and just, I don't know, have a look around. We'll see. There is no other boats here, no other cars and trailers, so that might be a sign that maybe we shouldn't, but hey, we're just gonna do it anyway. So there's always a little bit of a risk when you don't use things for a while. Grant's just gone back up to the truck. The water is not recycling through the motor, so we're not sure what's happening there. And our fish finder depth gauge thingy is not turning on, so he's just gone back up to the truck to get a multimeter to check the battery. He did put it on to charge the other day, so should be fine, but yeah, it's just a little bit annoying. You're like, oh, get everything ready and come down, we're gonna go for a fish, and then you're like, oh, all right, that's not working, that's not working, that's not working. it's always the way with us. As soon as we start to like go do something, and if stuff's been sitting there for a little bit, it just, I don't know, stops working, or you forget to do whatever you used to do to make it work or to make the flow of things go properly. But it is what it is. At least the wind's died down now. All right, got the multimeter. All right, so Grant's just taken the battery up to the car to give it a bit more of a charge, even though it was on charge. We'll see how we go. If not, we might be going out without a depth finder, fish finder thingy. Sounder. Or whatever it's called.
All those work, but it's a sounder. But it's so frustrating. Like, we haven't been fishing in ages. I did check everything. I made sure everything's charged. I started everything up the other day when I was putting the boat together. You get up early, possibly waking up your neighbours by starting up the car at 5 o'clock in the morning. And it's all for naught because, like, you know, things aren't working properly. So it's frustrating, really frustrating. But I guess it's part of it, I guess.
While we've been waiting, you're looking out into the water, there was this big like whoosh, and you could see activity out there in the water. I think it was a big stingray, because I could see like the two little arms flapping up. And I seen him before around the boat ramp, which I got some footage of. And then he just went straight past the boat again. So he's having a good time at least.
I don't understand. It's 12.7 volts.
It's not working.
I'm not 100% sure that it's the actual sounder.
You think it's a battery?
So it starts up, right, and it comes up with our screen. But it's like any sort of computer or device, when it starts up, it gulps the power. And I wonder if it's just not enough power in the battery.
Let's just go. We can dock into Bateman's Bay maybe later today and get a new battery. It's just a little bit comical, right? Like, I know you're watching along, and like everything we go to do, something happens. So we might be a little bit cursed. I don't know.
When it comes to fishing, yeah.
Anyway, what can you do? Just laugh about it and get on with your day. How's the concentration levels?
Pretty high when I'm doing that. Yeah. Well, it's not so bad because I'm not moving around so much, but when I'm moving around and it's just hovering there, yeah. When we're anchored, it's all right, but when we're on the move and I'm only focused on that, I'm not focused on what the boat's doing, yeah, that's a little bit stressful. But the things I do for you, hey, like getting those shots. Right, so that was a bit of a bust. We got in there. Yeah. The same old story. And I don't know, my head wasn't in it too. I was just like, oh, you know what? It's not a good start. There's no bites whatsoever. Kind of wanted to, and I'm hungry, and now I just want to go home. So it's all right. It's the beauty about having your own boat. You can write days off and do it again later. So there'll be other days.
There will be. So
yeah.
All good.
Let's go get some breakfast so I'm less hungry. And I can sort out this bloody battery problem.
Yep. We're gonna have coffee number 2.
Yeah, big one.
Oh.
That could have been disastrous. Like, that's it for today. I'm going home. Just going back to sleep.
So what was this undone?
This somehow came undone.
And the boat was going to fall off.
Well, the boat was sliding back and was causing the trailer to move around. I thought it was actually come off the ball, but no, it was that, which is arguably worse. Could have been worse. It would have been worse if I didn't strap it down. So at least I did that right. All right, so that's it for this one. It wasn't a bad start for our little trip south, was it? Like,
yeah.
Tomakin campgrounds, go fishing, usual unsuccessful missions of fishing, but
that's
hey,
why they don't call it catching. Yep.
Correct. That's right. Yeah. So anyway, we're going to leave this one here, guys. Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah.
Again, please, we'd love your support for any donations for Bianca's shave. Again, I'll drop the links in here.
Yeah, I think we're over $700 now.
Hey.
So, which is good.
We're off to a start.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So please, if you can, if you haven't already, that'll be really hugely appreciated if you could donate or help us out somehow. That'd be, just talk about it. Talk about it to other people. Yep. If you can't donate, that's fine. Just do that.
Yeah. And then also the link for Camp for a Cure if you want tickets.
That's right.
So I'll put that up here.
It's going to be amazing. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe.
Yeah.
It does help us out as well. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one, guys.
See ya.
Cheers, guys. Bye.